Hey, what's up guys? I'm KBHD here, and in about a week, exactly a week, on next Monday, Google will be holding its event where it pretty much every year announces the next version of Android and a few devices to go with it. This year we're pretty much expected to see the next Nexus phone made by LG. We're expected to see a 32GB Nexus 7 and maybe even a 3G version. And a long shot would be a 10-inch Nexus 10 tablet made by Samsung. There are also rumors of multiple Nexus devices potentially being released by different carriers and manufacturers, HTC, Motorola, whoever, next year and in the future through a certain program. But you know what would be interesting to see, whether it happens next week or next year? A Nexus program. A Nexus program that makes it possible for any manufacturer to make a Nexus certified device. Would be pretty freaking cool. Just like you see those stamps from Intel on a lot of Intel certified computers with Intel chips inside, there could also be a sort of a Nexus stamp of approval from Google. But not just any phone can be a Nexus. It would have to meet a certain set of requirements to be able to be approved, and Google would make these requirements, both hardware requirements and software requirements. Hardware requirements would just be basically future-proofing the devices, making sure they're keeping up with the Nexus program. So no hardware buttons on the front. They would just have a larger screen and software-only buttons like the Nexus program initiated. They would have maybe 8 gigs of internal storage minimum, maybe a 1280 by 720 display minimum, little basic stuff like that. And software requirements. It would have to run a pure stock version of Android provided by Google, which means that all updates would be pushed from Google, not from the current manufacturer or the carrier. And that is the most difficult part of the program, because I'm sure while we'd all love to see it happen, it's not exactly the most feasible. The reason not every device, by the way, has Android 4.1 right now is because the updates are not pushed by Google. It's not stock Android, so you're gonna see the updates being pushed out by the people who are skinning Android. So for example, you have a Motorola phone with a Motorola skin on top of Android. Motorola, every time a new Google Android update comes out, has to make their update work with the new version of Android before they push out their update. So while the new Nexus might get the update immediately, your Motorola phone has to wait while Motorola people figure out how to make it work, and then the carrier will push it out. Basically, you're not getting your updates from Google if you don't have a Nexus. And strangely enough, even if you have a Verizon Galaxy Nexus, you're still waiting for Verizon to push out the update because they like to put some Verizon software on it. So either way, the establishment of a Nexus program that allows you to pick a pure Android device from any manufacturer, whatever hardware specs you want, would be pretty awesome. It's just a thought I had. I figured it would be neat to see what you guys think of it. And what manufacturer would you get your Nexus from? Would you get a Motorola Nexus, or maybe a Samsung Nexus, or an HTC one? Go ahead and leave that down below the like button on this video, and I'll be sure to check out the best of your answers below. Either way, we'll be finding out very soon exactly what Google has in store for us on Monday, October 29th, which is exactly a week from right now. We will get all of this stuff. The playground is open, as Google says. So that's what we'll figure out is exactly meaning by that. What do they mean by the playground is open? We'll figure that out. So thanks for watching this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you're excited, just like I am, to see what Google has to announce this week. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.